Hey everybody, so I am going to be talking about today this card. This is a card where you get what's a picture of a really good card on a not so good card. And that's what this card is. It's a basic insert, and I this is my second take of this video because I realized the audio sucked. I realized the audio wasn't ideal. The audio wasn't very good. So I improved that. But I did a little research on the print run of a card like this. And let's look at that. Who has ever gone wrong with, the Google AI result search, right? It's conclusive. It's conclusive. No, I'm just joking. So, it's saying the pack odds 1 per pack. And then it's saying, talking about this card in particular, that it's exceeding between 50 and 100,000 copies, which would make it less than a regular base card. But by no means does anyone get this card and think or thought. What they would think is, oh my God, I just got a patch rookie. And then they'd say, everybody who gets this card gets super excited and then very angry. Let's go back to our original program. I would think that this would annoy people more than they'd find value in it in general. But let's see what's happening to this card. Okay. I had thought previously that anybody who pays up for this card is being scammed. The assumption is that they don't realize they're getting a picture of a card on a card, but they think that they're getting the card that is the picture on the card. This is a picture of a really good card, not itself a really good card. So there's other things in play here. So, looking at this price, it's crazy, right? This is a base card. This is bid up, right? And now this is an auction that ended. Do we really think that this auction was inflated by people who didn't know what they were bidding on? I don't think so. I think that maybe it was inflated by people who got fooled early on and set a higher anchor price. But my daughter made a really good point that Shohei Ohtani has gotten to be so big, such a phenomenon. I think the most that baseball has seen, maybe in my lifetime of an active player. I think that's probably true. I think it is true. That he's getting people out of the woodwork who don't know what a good card is and see this and think it's a good card because it's a picture of a good card, that they just don't know what they're doing. But her point was, it's brought in the masses. So things are going up that you wouldn't expect to. And I think that's a really good point, and that could be what's going on here. But I just don't know. I don't know how much an anchor price has sort of corrupted the escalation of this price, but it's going to get weirder because look at this. Okay, a PSA 10 of this card. I have to think this card gems up a lot, but we'll see. So let's look at the insights here, right? We see over the 3 months, this card has held its value, which is absolutely crazy. And the pop report. So okay, this card doesn't gem up as much as maybe most base cards, but nothing crazy. It is under 50%. That's not a good reason. All right. So I'm just really curious, what your thoughts are here, on this one. And it also leads me to another question I have about the value of a Shohei Ohtani card. So the card is this one here, the 2024 Topps Chrome card number 1, Shohei Ohtani, Refractor. It's a really cool card. It represents his MVP year, or one of his MVP years, where he had 50-50 this year. He had its highest offensive WAR he's ever had. But I'm still confused about the price of this card. We're seeing that this is going for $204 here. You know, we say $202 here. This one says, you know, like please read details. So there might be something up with that one. We have this is the one that ended the 204. And then we have this one. This is still going. This is still going. And it's just a regular refractor. You see? It's a cool looking card. I love this card, but I'm not quite sure I don't get it. I mean, I've never seen anything quite like this, but I don't know if this card in particular has some kind of significance. I mean, it's cool looking. It represents that year, but now I'm going to show you another card that represents that year too. Okay, so this is saying estimated roughly. This could let me know if this sounds really off. Estimated roughly 12 to 13,000 copies per player of a standard unnumbered refractor. So if that's true, then this card is like 7% of the print run of this card. And it's about the same value. To really bring that home, here is a card sale for this in a PSA 10. This is $510. And let's just look at this real quick. $510. The pop report here. These gem up like crazy. These gem up like crazy. You will see the actual gem rate across all four major graders. It's basically 72% gem rate on this one. And let's compare that to this here, this is crazy. This is a crazy difference for a card that is made. There's made so many more of them, and it gems up. It gems up significantly. It gems up less. And here we see the gem rate is about 60%. So, you know, a difference, but I think that there's something else going on here. That is clearly not the reason. Whereas this card is, you know, I feel like it's people who are paying this price just don't know what's the right card to get. But people who are paying this price, I don't feel like that's what it is. I feel like they just really like this card. So you know, I'm a little confused, and I'd love to hear what you guys think about that. Like the image on this card is not as good as this one. I have to admit that this card looks nicer, but there's just so many more of it. Let me know what you guys think. I appreciate it, and I'll see you soon.